Yeah, and I'm willing to if there's a schedule, I'm willing to help make it look good, so you can put it on the website or something. Um, like for me, it's the easiest if I could help. Just if you could connect me to the guys who do all the Drupal stuff, and then I can discuss with them. Yeah, what is possible, and yeah, I'll just try to whip something up.
So I felt that, I don't know about you guys, but I felt that the Twitter storm was really great for focusing energy on one thing at a time. Could we maybe do a Twitter storm light for focusing energy at the tracks and sessions between now and the event? So we still need to work on that.
So I think the way in which that would potentially have to work is there needs to be a different call to action. So the call to action for the Twitter conference was, we want you to write about this. I think the best way of bringing people into it is what are the questions we should be asking? These are the questions that we are asking. What would you propose in order to answer these questions? That's a good point, and I think that it's probably in the newsletter it's worth caveating and saying that we understand that there's a limited amount of time people can spend on the platform in this moment. So we want to do this. So if you can't write, if you have already written on the platform, join us for the Twitter conference. Because I think that will then kind of leverage people to, you know, participate a little bit.
Hi, do you hear me?
We do.
Okay. Yes, by my point of view, I have like some weeks ago some trouble to have a clear look at the website. So a Twitter storm may be useful to concentrate all the infos in a unique place.
That makes sense, and this is something that I flagged up after the conference that we didn't have. If we created, not necessarily on the Edgeryders domain, but not necessarily on the platform, I could code a very simple page that has an embed of the hashtag that you could watch it live, links that can call to action instantly. We could also embed a Google document on that page so that there's the space for people to begin to fill that out more substantially.
Yeah. Okay, so where did we land there? We decided, okay, we want to do this Twitter storm. We need an interface which aggregates all the hashtags. What we do need is one hashtag for each session and track.
Are we going to use a separate hashtag for each thing?
Well, we need a separate, I think we need a separate hashtag for each session.
Okay.
I think sessions, I think it's good to have a hashtag for each session, because then the discussion is fleshed out on the platform in the right place. So far we talked about the location, the venue. It turns out that the venue is going to be, the Unmonastery is going to be a meeting point, but we're going to be somewhere else for the actual event, because the municipality is slow in doing what it's supposed to. And there were some discussions there. Rita is supposed to update everybody. The second point is we got into discussing the program, the fleshing out of the program. I guess the summary is that, okay, it's time now to really foster more active involvement and participation in shaping the program, and that we need to start focusing a bit more on how to make the most of the fact that we're going to be in the room to generate knowledge, so that, you know, we have something solid to build on after the event. So you don't get this like, whoa, we're in the same room, and then it's afterwards like, so the documentation, but also which questions are asked, and so on and so forth. And the third in this discussion, we're looking at, okay, how would we do this? One suggestion was doing something like the Twitter storm we did, but around each of the sessions, not with the aim of getting people to write about the event, but with the aim of getting participants to submit questions that need to be asked and start fleshing out the answers, collaborating already ahead of the event, and shaping documentation so that it goes into the cookbook, the Unmonasterians cookbook.
The Unmonasterians cookbook?
Yeah, so we said earlier, somewhere early on, we said that it would be nice if the insights and the knowledge aggregated in this process up until Lote, whatever, were synthesized in a guide for making meaningful projects happen, getting them off the ground and keeping them there. And we decided we're going to call it the Unmonastery Cookbook or the Unmonasterians Cookbook, which would also be, if we have something that things are going into, there's also more motivation to, I guess, to do the documentation properly, so that this stuff isn't just lost. And one of the things that popped up is when we do the Twitter storm and with Edgeryders, a lot of the times we have to do hacks. For example, if we want to aggregate discussions in an easy way, in a way that makes them easily findable, there's the kind of conflict between using something that's maybe easier in the moment, but then hard to keep track of, and actually trying to shape the platform a little bit more using the tools that we've already invested into. And then there, as part of the reasons why it's important for me personally to be very mindful of the platform, is that it's really the only way, the written interaction between people is really the only way we can easily keep track of all the contributions that are coming in, and then have a way to acknowledge people's work that do it. If it's all in different documents all over the place,